everybody. I'm here with a little video about turning the age of 50, which is really bizarre because I feel like it was only a few years ago that I filmed a video about turning the age of 40. And here I am 10 years later talking about being 50. And it's really, really bizarre, I have to tell you. And I just thought I'd do a little chit chat about how I'm feeling at this age, especially if you're younger and you're worried about getting older and all that stuff. Want to just talk about that and talk about like where I'm at, and then also show you some of the lovely gifts I was spoiled with, for my birthday. So yeah, so I turned this past week, I turned 50, which I still am finding hard to believe. I cannot believe that I'm half a century old. I feel like that's unauthorized. Like, how did I even get here? And it is very strange to realize that I am closer to retirement than I am to like high school. Yeah, that's a really weird one. And then also like the passage of time is quite weird. Like I feel like the 90s was like 10 years ago, and then I'm like, no, that's 30 years ago. That's a long time. And I think that it's just like, I know everyone says that, but it's because it's so true that like time is weird and it does fly, and it feels like in a blink of an eye you're like, how the heck did I get there here, right? So I thought I would show you some of the things that I got, and then I'm going to talk about like what kind of like how I'm feeling at the age of 50. So first off, I got like super spoiled because it is a big birthday. I took a week off. I usually take a week off from work around this time just to celebrate and relax and chill. And I did not do like anything like super huge. I really just wanted a week off and like hang out with people I love, hang out with my husband and my kids, hang out with my friends, just have like a really lovely week off. I don't know, I did like, some like admin stuff, like go to the doctor and the eye doctor and all that stuff. But I also like, I went for ice cream, and I went to the spa, and I went with my friends again to the spa. I went by myself and then I went with my friends. Amazing. Had such a wonderful time, and hung out with my hubby, and he spoiled me. So the biggest thing I got, I'm gonna show you. So I got this Jackson Flying V guitar. See if I can get it all into the, oh, sorry, bumped the ceiling with it. Everything okay? Okay. Yes. I have a TikTok video where I show this. It's a little hard just with the angles and everything here, and now I'm all like, did I wreck anything? Okay. But yes, I got this. I'm so excited about it. I haven't had a new guitar in a while. Like, I'm not a huge guitar collector. I have a couple of guitars that are my working guitars that that I play, and when I play in bands I play with, but it's just nice to have like a new one. And I always wanted a V-shaped guitar, but I love the asymmetrical. Okay, I'll do it this way instead of the other way, as opposed to the even ones. I mean, I think the even ones are cool, but I think the asymmetrical is way cooler. And so I love the sound on this. I'm enjoying this. Also, I'm finding like it's lighter than the Ibanez guitars that I usually use. I have a G10 and a Floyd Rose, and I am finding that the neck is feels like a little thinner, and for somebody like me who's small with little fingers, I'm finding that this is like, I don't know, it feels like a little easier to play. It's a bit lighter. It's not the easiest guitar to sit and play with, but to stand with is amazing because it is so light. So I am been playing this and loving this, and just like really, really enjoying having a new guitar and playing it. It's been such a treat, and I just feel really spoiled and really thrilled to have gotten this. The other thing I got is this new leather jacket. So I'm very excited about that. I do have like another leather jacket that I usually wear, but this is kind of like a little bit of a lighter one, and my husband saw it, and I think it was on sale, I think so. But anyway, I got this, and I was not expecting that at all. I actually was not expecting any of this. I'm like pretty, like, I don't know, I'm pretty down to earth kind of person, and I love being spoiled. I am a Leo. I do love being spoiled, but I don't expect it. And so when it happens, I'm like, oh, I just love it. But yeah, it's very light, very soft. It's like very soft, like butter. And I have to say, I've had like the fake leather jackets, and I get the whole like, if you're vegan and if you're against leather, I totally get it. But they don't last. Like, they fall apart so fast, and they like, I don't know, like they start to come apart and things. And so there's nothing like a real leather jacket. Like they're so sturdy, so comfortable, and just so much softer than the plastic. Like I just loving the leather jacket. And yeah, so love this. And then I also got some accessories for my guitar. So I got some strap locks, and so if you don't play guitar and you don't know, these go onto the ends of where the strap attaches to the guitar to lock them on so that your strap doesn't fall off in the middle of a gig. So good useful things for sure. I got some more strings because you always need more strings. These are my favorite Ernie balls. They are 10s. I'm a big one for the 10s. Ernie balls is like, they're a good brand, and they're not like crazy expensive or anything. I swear by them. It's my favorite brand. And then I also got very excited to try these out. I just got them, so I haven't tried them out yet. This is a wireless guitar system, so that you don't have to mess around with cords and trip over cords, you know, that connect to your amps. So I'm very excited about those. So some really cool guitar accessories with, you know, just to make a guitar girl's life a little easier. I also he got me some of my favorite candies. So this is a local chocolate company called Morton's. They are a Canadian company here in Manitoba, and these are chocolate covered jujubes, which are amazing. Like their chocolate is awesome. At Christmas, love getting their stuff, and it's full. Like this is not, you know how sometimes you buy a box of something and it's this big, but then there's like half full. No, when you buy a box of theirs, it is full, and it's full of chocolate colored jujubes, and I'm gonna have fun munching on this for sure. I also got a gift certificate to our local bookstore, McNally Robson, which is again, it's a Prairie company. They're in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I like shopping at my local bookstore, so got some stuff there. So I might get myself maybe a card deck or a couple of books. And then my man saw this, and so he had to get this for me, which is Guitar Magazine with Slash on the cover. He's got a new blues album out, so very excited about this. And then there's also like other like cool people in here as well. There's Samantha Fish. She is a blues guitarist as well. She's really cool. Actually, it's interesting to see more women in guitar magazines. Like it used to be like you almost never saw a woman in a guitar magazine, or it was seen as kind of like a novelty, or like, look how sexy she is, right? And now it's just becoming more normal. Like it's just like, it's just another person playing guitar, right? They got Nancy Wilson in here, who's from Heart. So she's amazing as well. So yeah, like really cool that he picked this up for me. Oh, by the way, this on the back, this is one of the guitars I own. I have this one of my Ibanez's, this red one here. I thought that was funny that one of my guitars were on the back of there. But yeah, so I got spoiled with like guitar stuff and candy, and I'm looking forward to going and picking out a deck or a book for myself. Like I said, got to go to the spa. So it was really lovely to be spoiled. Well, I mean, you only turn 50 once, right? And I think that, you know, one of the things about turning 50, it's interesting. If you would ask me when I was 20, like, oh, how do you think you'll feel when you're 50? I would have been like, oh my God, I'm so old and whatever. I don't feel that way at all. I remember my mom telling me when I was young that she has felt the same since she was 25, and she's right. Like you get to 50 and you're like, what the heck? Like, how did that happen? Because you feel like you still feel the same as you did in your 20s, right? But you're older. But it does give you perspective, that's for sure. Like I feel like the overwhelming feeling I have from turning 50 is one of gratitude. Like I feel so grateful to be where I am in my life and to have gotten this far. I think anyone that has, you know, gotten to this age, you've lost a few people along the way. There are some people who did not make it here. You know, you kind of expect that people are going to get, you know, they're going to die when they're old, right? Like that's what we expect. You know, it's still sad, of course, and we miss those people terribly, but it's like, well, they had their life, right? But then when you lose people along the way that are young, you don't expect that, right? And so, you know, not everybody has made it here. Out of my contemporaries, you know, I've, you know, lost people to accidents and suicide and addiction and violence, and I think anybody who gets to this age, unfortunately, you've lost a few people, and some people more than others, right? And so I feel grateful just to be here, at 50, to be enjoying myself. I feel really grateful for my health as well. Like, I'm in pretty good health. Like, my health is like pretty awesome, considering, like, I 50 isn't old, but there's like by 50, there's people who, people have developed problems sometimes. And I feel really grateful that, my problems are extremely minimal. And so I feel very, very blessed about that. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. I feel super blessed about all of that stuff, because I've watched people like struggle with that, people younger than me, and I just feel very, very lucky about all of that. Of course, I'm 50 and I'm a woman, so that means, going through the change and all that stuff. But I have been blessed, and knock on wood, there's wood over here and I'm knocking on it. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones that has not had a whole lot of symptoms, and so I'm feeling pretty good about that, and I'm hoping I can just sail on through to the other side. I pray to the menopause gods, or goddesses probably they would be, that I will continue to sail through unscathed, knock on wood. So I feel like really super duper blessed. I also feel like really blessed to be born when I was born, because I think about, I was a kid in like the 70s and the 80s, and what a great time that was to be a kid, because that was before the internet, that's before social media. There, like, we did not have all of those distractions going on. I'm not saying the world was perfect, because it sure wasn't, but I feel like we didn't have to worry about those things that kids have to worry about now. It was not the same. I also feel really blessed, like we had like great movies and great music growing up, and I feel like maybe every generation feels like that, but I feel like that, I feel like really blessed to, have kind of been the right age for like the kind of bands that I like and everything, because like heavy metal was kind of in its heyday when I was a teenager. And I feel really blessed I got to experience all of those things. And then I was a young person, like a young adult in like the 90s and into like the 2000s, and experiencing all of that. And so I like social media, like the internet didn't come along till I was an adult, right? And so I adapted to it as it kind of grew, and then social media didn't become a thing until I was like well into adulthood. And so I feel like being the age that I am is like a really great age, because you have the tools to sort of navigate it from a more mature standpoint. Like I almost feel bad for kids having to deal with social media these days. When we were young and we did dumb things, there was no evidence of it. There's no recorded evidence. It's not going to be around forever, Whereas like now, I feel like, young kids, it's like the stupid thing you said or did at 18 is now going to follow you. You went to, into adulthood. So that's my little rant about that. I mean, I love social media. Like, look, I'm here and everything. I think it's a tool, same with the internet, like anything else. But, it's also been one that's been misused. And then, of course, we'll see what happens with AI. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings. I might do a whole video about how I feel about AI and tarot. I have a whole thoughts about that. But anyway, the point of all this is, the point of the ramble was I feel really blessed to be the age I am, and to have been born when I was born, and to see all the things, all the changes and all of that, and to still be here, is pretty awesome. I'm feeling really blessed, like I said, about my health and stuff. That's really good. I cross my fingers, continue. I feel like at this age, it's about maintaining things, right? It's about maintaining things, and I'm making sure, like, I go to the doctor and stuff. I went to the eye doctor this week, and I am at that age where, so here's the thing with my eyes. I wear contacts, and when I wear my contacts, I'm nearsighted. So when I wear my contacts, it's to see everything out here. If I don't have them, I'm like, I'm almost blind. Like I can't, But but when I look at like something up close, I'm like doing the old person thing where I'm like, yeah. But if I take my contacts out, I can see the close up perfectly, but the rest is like poop. So I need reading glasses. I'm gonna need reading glasses. I have to confront that yes, I'm at the age where I need reading glasses. So whatever, gotta get that done. But I just, like I said, I feel really grateful for my health. I have a wonderful, amazing partner. I've been through, like, in the past, I have a former partner that was like very abusive. And so I survived that and got away from that. And so I think there's something about when you've been through really bad things, you appreciate when things are really good. Like, I have a really lovely, wonderful, amazing partner. Kids are great. My two stepkids are awesome, and doing really well. And then just, like, I have, like, really, like, lovely friends. Like, you get to this age and I think, like, you've kind of weeded out, like, the fake friends and, like, the people that were kind of like, what's the word for it? Not flaky or whatever, but the people that were just, like, they're just there for whatever when things are easy, right? But when you've been through difficult things and you get to this age, the people that are there for you, that stand by you, that have your back, and you just love those people even harder. And I think too, because when you get to this age, like I said, you've lost some people along the way. It really is like just appreciating the people around you, and you really realize how much more important relationships are than things like chasing, money or fame or success or any of those things, right? And of course, who doesn't love those things as well? But I feel like too at this age, I'm not as worried about things like, oh, the time is running out of me and I need to make it, or I need to, like, be successful or whatever. I don't care about, like, climbing the corporate ladder. I don't give a crap about that. Even like when I was younger, I really felt like, oh, I want to be like, I want to be a successful, like, artist or musician or writer or whatever. I don't really care about that stuff anymore. I think like at this age, like, you kind of realize like what's actually like really important to you. And I love writing. I love making art and playing music. And as long as I continue to do those things, whether or not it meets with the outside world's version of success, doesn't really matter to me. Like, if it does, that's great. But if it doesn't, like, oh well, who cares? I just want to enjoy doing what I like to do. And I want to spend my time doing that. Because that's the thing, is like, you value your time so much more at this age because you realize how fast it goes. Like, I feel like it wasn't, like I said, I feel like the 90s was like 10 years ago. I feel like I was in university 10 years ago and it's 30. And so you realize, like, hey, put the time, like, prioritize the people and the things that you actually care about, and you stop worrying about like what other people think of you, what you look, like other people's opinion of you and whatever. And you kind of, like, what you see is what you get. Like, this is it, like, this is the way I am. um and so you kind of have this realization about what's actually important. Whereas I feel like, in your 20s, you're figuring everything out and you're so like, oh my God, I got to make it and I got to do this and I got to be successful and what are people going to think of me? And I feel like in your 30s, too, a lot of people are still very much like that and trying to make it and very serious. I find like in 30s, people feel very serious, like, I'm a serious adult now. And then the 40s, you kind of let that crap go. And I think most healthy people do anyway. And you start to realize that that stuff is not really important. I mean, money is important as far as like we need it to survive and to be comfortable. And I feel like as long as I'm comfortable, that's what matters. I don't care if I don't have the big giant house. I don't care if I don't have like the fanciest car or anything like that. As long as I'm comfortable, like, I'm happy in my home with my family and all that, and I'm safe, and I have food in the fridge and the bills are paid, then that's what matters, and that's good. And room for the little extras too, of course. But I'm not trying to like pursue all these things, which I think you kind of get sucked into when you're younger. And so and I know that I'm blessed. Like, I'm in a privileged position, because if you don't have enough money, then like, if you don't have enough money to pay your bills or for food and stuff, it doesn't matter about any of the other stuff like that. You need to be able to survive, right? I also just feel really blessed too, that to have, like, been around this long and had some like pretty cool experiences in my lifetime, right? Like, I've been able to travel, maybe not as much as I like to. Maybe I'll get to do more of that in the future. But, I've been able to like go to England a couple of times. I've been able, like, I've gone to Mexico, gone to the States. I've been able to, like, travel a little bit and see some things. I went to art school. Now I'm working at art school. I get to, like, I've played in bands and things. Like, I've got to do a lot of fun, creative things. I've been in like TV show. Like I've been able to do some like fun, amazing things. And I hope I continue to get to do fun, amazing things as I get older. And I don't want to like limit myself. Like I was like, okay, like who cares that I'm 50? Like, you know, I'm not going to like fade into the background. And then there's this like weird cultural myth about like, oh, well, you know, if you're a woman and once you're 40 and up, you're going to be invisible. I have like not had that experience at all. Like I do not feel like invisible, like in the slightest. I think it's like the energy that you carry into things, whether or not, you know, you're invisible. Like it's like, to me, that's like weird, like a weird cultural myth. I feel like it's almost like trying to tell women like, oh, you know, fade into the background. And it's like, I feel like women my age, like in my age group anyway, are like, hell no, like I'm here, like this is, you know, we're not going to fade away. That's for sure. And also like you have a lot of experience and wisdom when you get to this age. So it's like you have like a lot more to give. And that's the thing, is I feel like I have a lot more to give and to share. And so I want to do that, you know, as I get older and, you know, into the future. Right. Um, and then also too, there's sort of this myth of like, oh, you know, once you reach menopause, you're all like, you know, you're all dried up and you should just like beige yourself down and just fade into the background. And I'm like, hell no, like I'm gonna have colored hair and I'm gonna like wear makeup and like put on the rock t-shirt, and I don't care. I don't give a crap about what some crappy people, like weird myths on the internet, you know. No, this is not happening. So I'm hoping, you know, as I go into my 50s, I'm just planning on keep doing what I love to do. I'm gonna dress the way I like to dress. I don't care what other people think. That's a nice thing, is you realize that it doesn't really matter what some stranger on the internet or on the bus thinks of you. Like who cares, right? But yes, you realize what's important. And so yeah, I wanna like make more music and more art and do more writing, do more sharing like here on YouTube and stuff. I love reading cards for people and doing astrology, so I'll keep doing that, keep learning the things I love to learn. You know, and hopefully like get to travel a little bit more. I'm also like, again, in a privileged position where I really enjoy my job. I had a really crappy job for a long time. It paid the bills. It did serve me. It did serve me for sure, because it paid the bills, it helped me out in that way. There were people I worked with that were really lovely. And so I am grateful for that. But the job itself was not good. It's not good for my mental health. And now I'm in a job I really love. And so that's also like, it is a huge thing to not hate your job. And I went through, like, I had years of crappy job, like years of them. And so now that I'm in a better job, I actually like really appreciate it. And you know, I get to like work with artists and things and students, and it's just lovely. And being able to do that is pretty awesome. So I guess my overwhelming feeling at the age of 50 is one of gratitude to have gotten this far, to be blessed with so many lovely people and things and opportunities. And I hope that that just continues. Like, hope to continue, you know, to do the things I love and to be around the people I love and to share with you guys. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys. Like, I feel like I said, I feel like I just made that video about being 40, and you guys are here and you've stuck with me on my little YouTube channel. And I just thank you so much for being here to hear me ramble. I just really appreciate it. You guys are so lovely. And my patrons too, they're awesome. And thank you for supporting me in all this. It means like a lot. And those of you who like get a reading from me sometimes, thank you. But even, you know, even if you're, don't do that, Stephen, who just watch, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. It is a real privilege to be able to do this. Like, how amazing if you went back in time to when I was a kid, like in the 70s and 80s, and said, listen, you're going to have like a magic piece of glass where you can like record things and broadcast it out to the world and people are going to watch you. I'd be like, that's, you know, like that's science fiction, right? But here we are. So it is pretty amazing and awesome. And I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. These are just my rambling thoughts about being the age of 50. Let me know, are you, if you're older than 50, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts? How did you feel when you turned 50? You know, if you're younger, how do you think you're going to feel when you are 50? Let me know. Yeah, I just feel really, really blessed. And I want to say thank you to all of you for being here and supporting me, and just even if it's just watching this or clicking a like or whatever, I just appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. So as always, people, peace and love.